Hey everyone, how is everyone doing on this Tuesday night, January 28th, 2025? And I'm just doing my podcast as usual for this week. Um, I was just finishing up some work. I was really depressed towards the end of this week. I guess because my wife is still not here. We were hoping she'll be here, but she's not here, so I got depressed. I don't know, just the whole, system, disappointment with the system. I don't know. I don't want to talk about personal things too much, as she says. I just hoping that she'll be interviewed soon. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. All right. With all you people out there, six of my listeners, your support. Your support, your well wishes for me and for my wife. See my NASA shirt that I got from Orlando when I was down there. This is actually my wife's shirt. I bought this for her. In any case, so that's where we are now. The stupid computer. We were trying to update the software. It was taking forever. I just basically forced it. And then I had a dinner with my sisters, two of my sisters, my brother-in-law. A friend of ours came from Houston with his girlfriend, and everybody's there. And my wife is not there, and then the whole thing just makes me depressed towards the end of the night. Yeah, we are having fun, we are having dinner, and this, but then the back of my mind, obviously, right? It's just that I know that just the dissatisfaction is there. More than 2 years, it just sucks, man. And I miss her. I miss you. She's on the phone actually. She's gonna go back to sleep. But I think after Super Bowl, I'm gonna make a plan, you know, and spend some time with her. Hopefully, by that time we will hear something as well. I'm hoping. You know? So that's where we are. Just yeah, I got really like major depression, sort of. I realized I don't know why. I guess because also I got that fucking. I don't know if I told you guys. Oh, finally I got the injection, epidural. That also just sort of like threw me off. I think because it's a steroid. It's a steroid. Me and steroids don't mix well. It makes me more angry. Steroids in general, they're side effect. One of the side effects that they make you like sort of angry because that's especially like high potency. Although it was an injection, it's not like oral. One of those like fucking prednisones, right? And I think my anger has actually like gotten worse since I took that fucking prednisone in South Africa. I think that also has like affected me. I feel like because I've never taken like steroids ever in my life before that. And then I took this one, and I like the first 2 nights I was up until 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was just like I was trying to get some sleep, And this is the other fucking problem, right? So they gave me injection in two locations. My wife was on the phone, and what they don't tell you again about this is that it for the first few days you have to take it easy because it's gonna make you uh, sleep less, and so that means you won't be able to sleep for the first few days, and so I was talking to my friends over the weekend. They were like, "Man, I mean, are you crazy? I mean, didn't they give you? I mean, don't you smoke weed? Because that's supposed to actually calm you down, especially if you are taking the steroid injection." Like, no, I don't fucking smoke weed. You know, they should have given you benzodiazepine or something, because the steroid shot actually does make you hyper. I'm already hyper in my personality, and so these fucking my doctor, the Greek doctor who gave me that, right, with his nurses, he didn't tell me that they don't tell you. Oh, you'll be fine. Oh, you're gonna have some pain. Oh, okay, okay. I love you. Get some sleep. I love you. I love you. I miss you. All right. So that's my wife. So in any case, so they don't tell you, and I'm going through this fucking whole process with my wife's visa, right, and it's just making me hyper the whole thing. And and I try to get some sleep after taking like the gabapentin, because gabapentin apparently. I was talking to my friend who actually the one who came from fucking Houston, and I was talking to him, and he works in the pharmaceutical, right? So he was telling me what the fuck so gabapentin is basically one of the more potent uh, sort of like pain. It's like the potent version of Advil. Advil is like ibuprofen, ibuprofen, whatever the fuck it is called, right? Gabapentin basically is the potent form of that, and it works on your nerve. All right, that's why it puts you to fucking sleep, and it's just like, oh my fucking god. I just but in any case, all right. I don't want to fucking repeat myself here, okay? But to get my point that I'm already hyper in my fucking nature, and and I'm hoping that I mean, my wife was asking me today. So hey, so did you actually get some relief? Are you feeling any relief from the injection? How are you feeling? Obviously she's worried, about this whole ordeal I had with fucking sciatica. I don't know. I don't know if I have a little bit of relief. Maybe I do. I'm not sure. Today, actually, I felt a little less pain than I usually do, which I think is good. I have this other fucking computer. I'm sorry. I'm trying to reset this because I'm going to send this to, I think, my brother-in-law, in the mountains. And I have to send a few things with my sister because she's going back. She came here for that fancy food show. It's like both computer fans are fucking. Oh my fucking god! I'm sorry. I apologize. Just give me 1 second. Let me just shut down this goddamn computer. It's making noise, and it's like the fucking fan is. That's exactly why I switched to this one. I got this one from the open box at Whole Foods. Whole Foods, sir. What are you talking about? I mean, Best Buy. All right. So in any case, I just wish that my wife was here. She was interviewed and she would be here. You just again, I apologized if I said something. Sometimes I just get too depressed and I just go into these fucking, like, in my mind I just fall into these fucking black holes, and just not good. It's not good for me, it's not good for my health, my happiness, my well-being. It's just that, I don't know, I've been, on one hand, yeah, I'm right that it has been more than 2 years, 2 fucking years, and she's still not interviewed. What am I supposed to do? Poor girl, she's sitting there and I'm here. We are not together, and we are not in our fucking 20s or 30s to wait another year, or because we're going to start a family and all that jazz. And just like the disappointment with the system, the immigration system, and the whole thing, just like it's just thrown this fucking monkey wrench into the whole thing. And again, I apologize. I truly, if I said anything to anyone, um, obviously I feel insecure. I mean, yes, it's true that that I want her to be interviewed soon, but then when that doesn't happen, I'm not a patient person. I mean, we waited for over 2 years, and what the fuck, man. In any case, so and then the whole thing with my fucking lawyer, because she didn't give me the proper information in the beginning, even before I got married. And so I'm not happy with my lawyer. That because she's the one who's supposed to guide you. She's the one who's supposed to give you the best options, right? And then the interview and whatever else, right? She has to basically take your case to the finish line, right? It's just that these fucking lawyers, who was talking about that yesterday? Oh, I had a dinner, a couple of beers with one of my colleague architects. He runs his own company, and just the whole thing is just just they don't care, man. It seems like, I mean, that's why I got pissed at my fucking lawyer, because she seemed like she didn't even fucking care about my wife's case. It's like negligence and all that, right? And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Aren't you supposed to tell us about the interview and everything else? In any case, everyone, again, I apologize. I just don't want to do a whole 1 hour podcast, because I'm just not in the best of state of my mind right now, and she deserves, again, my wife deserves to be here. This is her home, man, you know and just not being able to do anything, just like I feel so helpless. It's just like the helplessness. Yeah, I understand that my friends are basically giving you the shoulder and everything. Hey man, you gotta be patient. It will happen. I get it, but then I can't afford to like wait another whole year, especially. I don't know what's going to happen with my sciatica. I mean, this is a temporary relief, the cortisol shot I got, right? And I don't know if this is going to basically help me long run. I'm hoping so. I don't have to get the fucking surgery, but who the fuck knows? I have the issue with the disc at two locations. That one is L5, L4, and L5S1. So that's why he gave it to me in both locations. So you know what it is? The human body, as much as we think about, like, in the grand scheme of things, we think about like beyond life and beyond, universe, or what is this whole fucking thing. At the end of the day, we are just biological machines, and with age, we just fall apart. Our bodies fall apart, and then eventually we just go, you know. Eventually, we just go, and again, this just. I mean, if you are young, you probably feel like you are going to live here forever, right? But when you get to my age, and then you get, I mean, I'm not, saying that I have debilitating. Yeah, in the beginning, I had the debilitating fucking pain, which I still do constantly. I have that. My brain is constantly thinking or receiving that fucking pain signal from down my calf, right? So that's just I don't have a fucking idea. But in any case, what is the point I'm trying to make here, sir? The point I'm trying to make is that at the end of the day, we are just biological machines. We fall apart. Well, whether you believe in some sort of a bigger universe, oh, we are part of the bigger universe, the consciousness of the universe, and all that our human body and mind and brain have tapped into. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I have no fucking idea. But we are just biological machines, and when we get to a point in our like physical age, and we realize that, oh, you know what? Oh, this fucking bone is creaking now. The other fucking bone is creaking. Oh my fucking, this other part. Oh my god, I can't even fucking walk, and I can't even fucking do this and that. Then we realize, yeah, you know what? Maybe you should be a little more grateful, Naeem. I think I should be a little more grateful. At least I'm alive, and I'm not saying I'm not. I'm sorry again. I apologize. I really fell into some sort of a hole, and I just Sunday night, and I just like I was watching the game, fucking playoffs, and then after that, I just basically got so disappointed with the system, and I'm like, what? Then I just fell into the hole of like, why is my wife not here? Why do I deserve? I don't want to be alone anymore. I don't want to fucking. I'm married. I need my wife here. And so I just, just fucking crazy. Just life is a struggle. As soon as you open your fucking eye into this world, I mean, that's what Buddha said, right? Didn't he say that? Life is a struggle and life is a suffering. So if you make that as your base, then whatever you do above that to find your happiness, that should be your basically base. I think that's what I'm not saying that you live in the disappointment all the time. Uh, and yes, I should be a little more grateful because I understand that there are other people who are more actually unfortunate that what I think I am right now. I mean, at least I have a roof over my head, and I have I have a job, and my business is okay. Yeah, I'm still paying that fucking COVID loan, but that's fine. It is what it is. Just that I can't just fall into a hole and just stay there. Because that's just a disappointment in life. That's why you have to talk to people. Actually, for me, just it helps me to talk to people. Sometimes maybe I talk too much. Maybe I just complain too much. For someone like me who has just gotten this fucking sciatica, what do you call the injection? I had to just take it easy. And yeah, that whole thing, also like I felt like I think I felt like, oh yeah, I did the injections now, but it seems like the injections really didn't work. Means that I still have the fucking pain, right? This is what I was I was thinking about on Friday. I think on Sunday I was out with my friends and we were watching playoffs, and I realized that I'm standing there in at Hudson Hall. That's where we went to for the second game. I don't fucking remember even like fucking Chiefs and Bills and Chiefs game. I mean, I do remember obviously Bills lost, but um, I don't know. Maybe I thought this would be a quick fix, with the injection, but it just sort of like backfired, I think. Um, and then I was thinking about, oh shit, you know what? I can't sleep now because cortisol in my fucking body. Uh, because that's what happened with me in fucking which we call the South Africa, and I got angry, made me angry. Steroids, because I had to take that for my nose, because my nose was just completely blocked for a whole fucking weeks, and I had to go to the ENT specialist. He's like, "Yeah, man, this is very typical here in South Cape Town, South Africa," and he gave me the fucking steroids. And in any case, so I think I have to do something with my nose too. I mean, maybe some sort of surgery. He told me that I have sinus problems. So I should do some sort of I think that what they do is that they shave you or inside of whatever, they clean it up or whatever the fuck they do, right? And in any case, so without like fucking turning my podcast into like just moaning and bitching about how you know sort of like disappointing my life is, I should be a little more grateful. I think that's what it is. I'm just gonna fucking watch something and I'm gonna pass the fuck out. I'm sorry, I apologize. I mean, I'm still not in a good place right now in my life because of the fucking case of my wife's immigration case. And it just, am I going to just keep repeating myself on this podcast, sir? Do you have anything else you want to talk about? Because again, it's going to be like, I'm sorry, it's going to be a little sort of depressing podcast this time. I mean, the happiness. I say that you have to find your happiness in life, degree of happiness. But then, if you are not with your significant other for the past 2 years, more than 2 years, then but if that's the priority, then what kind of happiness are we talking about? I don't have that fucking privilege, for me to have my wife here, and then I'll have that fucking peace of mind, and she'll be here with me. I know I'm repeating myself. I apologize, but it just, I mean, that's the basic 101 thing, right? And then I just I don't want to meet her somewhere else, and then we repeat the whole thing, and then the whole thing that happened with me at the airports in Turkey and all that fucking thing. For me to walk with fucking bags in my hand and with the pen in my leg is just from one end of the airport to the other end of the airport. It's not fun anymore. It's just like, for me, travel is not fun anymore. Unless it's with my wife, and then we are traveling together. That's a different story. But and she has to be here. She has to be here, and we are not going to basically try to get visa for another fucking country and just do that fucking dance again. Because it's about time she should be here, right? So that also kind of gives me the pain. Is there anything going on in this fucking world right now that's positive? February is going to be very depressing after New Year's. What the fuck am I saying? New Year's after Super Bowl. So I think I'm going to buy a ticket. I have to talk to my wife tomorrow when I get up, and I'm just going to ask her, listen, I'm going to buy a ticket. I'm going to go over. I mean, and hopefully again, hopefully we'll hear something by then. And what else is going on? I mean, world is going on, sir. It goes on regardless of whether you're happy or sad or somewhere in between, whether you're in a black hole or whatever. But the life on this fucking planet goes on. All right. Uh, so I heard that Trump is doing a lot of things, within 1 week of his presidency, of being in the Oval Office. Um, I don't want to like comment on any of the stuff that he's doing because that's not what I want to talk about on my fucking podcast. All right? Unless he's doing something, let's say, where he's saying, "Oh, you know what, NASA, we got to get to fucking moon and have set up a base on the moon within this timeline." You know, that's something that I would be very interested, obviously, right? Uh, I mean, other than that, I mean, I'm hoping that he's going to basically focus on legal immigration. Legal immigration, obviously, is it's look, man. Obviously, I would love to have my wife here earlier, sooner, right? Just like everybody else who are waiting for their loved ones to get interviewed and come here. And And so I think we should actually streamline the legal immigration a little more better for every one of us who actually want to bring our loved ones legally here, right? And instead of waiting years and years and years. And I'm hoping that he will make the processes faster. And obviously, this country is a country of immigrants, starting with the European immigrants and then the natives, obviously, right? I don't want to go into that discussion, the whole thing, right? Because I finished watching that show, by the way, Hell on Wheels with Ensign Mount. It's about that fucking, what do you call the transcontinental railroad they were building, right? And there's a lot of, I mean, this is like, we're talking about 1860s, and there's a lot of fights between the natives and the fucking, there's cavalry there, and whoever's building the railroad, they want to finish it, right? Durant, that's the name of the guy who actually was responsible for building the fucking railroad, right? But that's a great show. You should watch it. I mean, I like their storyline, although it's about the fucking railroad and how they built it and the whole fucking stories, right? And I gotta find another show actually. Although I've been watching I started watching the what do you call the Star Trek, the new one with Ensign Mount. You know, what is it called? The Galaxies of the Universe. No, man. Star Trek, new one with Ensign Mount. I think it's not really new. I think it's like a couple of years ago. It came out, right? Obviously, Star Trek. It has the same theme. There's Captain Kirk. There's fucking whatever Siberius, whatever the fuck his name is, right? And then Doctor Nemo is there, whatever, right? And then oh my fucking god, right? Whatever, Spock. There's Spock. And what else I was watching? Oh, Landman is over too. I mean, is there any other fucking shows new shows that, for example, Taylor Sheridan is coming up with. Because Yellowstone is gone, the fucking Landman is gone, and with Zoe Saldana, what was that show about the fucking CIA and all that, right? There is gone. So what else is there? All fucking Taylor Sheridan shows. I'm pretty sure he's going to come up with a new one, right? I hope so. So in any case, my take on the whole thing about shows and all that is that I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, like, I don't go out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Actually, oh shit, I had to do some cooking on Thursday because I'm inviting my sisters and my brother-in-law, so they're gonna come. And maybe we'll just order something. Maybe I'm not sure if I have time to cook, but let's see. All right, we'll see. We shall see. I don't know. But then I get depressed. They're here. I mean, they're my family. I get depressed just thinking that my wife is not here. In any case, so I'll see if again. I have a lot of fucking work. I had to catch up because yesterday I was really, really like fucking depressed, and I just woke up late and I just didn't feel like doing anything. But then I realized I had meetings and all that, so I had to go to the construction sites. So I don't know. Keep my ass in your prayers, so my sciatica is subsided, and my wife comes here sooner because I love her and I miss her. Yeah, that's my mantra now. All right. What else? I think one thing I wanted to say. One thing I wanted to say. How do you fucking reset your brain so you don't go back to your fucking past? So, because sometimes I go back to past and I realize, that my parents' relationship wasn't 100%, and then we were born, starting with me, my brother, and my sisters, and it seemed like. But then, what is that going to do if you are going back into that fucking past, and that's not going to change anything? See that? So it's got to be some sort of a fucking reset button where you say, you know what? Whatever has happened in the past has happened. What can you do? Unless something is really bothering you, Unless something is really bothering you, then you got to work on that, That's why you need to go to fucking therapy and all that. I don't know. I think this can be a problem for many people. Many of us who basically fall into that fucking abyss of past. Especially the bad days of the past, and I try to not do that. But because and then the biggest problem, obviously, for me and for many of us who live alone, is just like basically we are living our lives. I mean, I'm married, but many of us who actually want to be in a relationship. I'm not saying that all of us want to be in a relationship. Many of us who want to be in a relationship, we just can't be because we can't find a relationship, or it just, the society is just set up that way that we just live some sort of like unhappy lives, unhappy lives, and it's just like, oh my fucking god, and it's just like, it just, why, why? I mean, this is like this the life of suffering again, and many of us just don't fucking realize. I do realize that more now that I am married, and I feel the need to be with my wife, obviously for the obvious reasons, right? Because I want to be with her. But then if I hadn't married, I'll probably just live, my life the way I was living it, just like coming home. I mean, I still come home to an empty apartment, but just being in my own fucking skin, living, this isolated, not isolated, sort of like solitary life, and I feel like I just, and it's not only, again, it's not only me. A lot of us, have lived like that almost all of our lives, all of our like adult lives, for for sometimes, out of our own making, or other times the fucking society, that's a real struggle, for some people. That's a real fucking struggle for many of us. And like I mean, the worst part was during COVID. And the isolation was the worst. And in any case, I don't want to fucking talk about COVID, because hopefully, I mean, we got lucky as human beings. Or COVID was just a fucking, it was just a flu, and we couldn't handle it and all that jazz. And I don't want to go behind the politics of all that, but it's just that many of us live these lives, these unsatisfactory, lives. I understand that we try to find some sort of happiness in whatever we have, and some of us do compromise, and basically we live compromised lives, if you think about it. I mean, some people prefer to live that way, uh, but do I want to basically, live my life, the rest of my life, alone, if I hadn't married? I don't know. Uh, but now I don't. I don't. I need my wife here, and she loves me. I love her, and regardless of, sometimes, we both understand that we are not together, and sometimes just that can cause the bitterness, Um, and I just, not in a, I'm not in a, in a physical age, again, without repeating myself, in my life, that where I would say, oh, you know what, I'll wait another 2 years until she comes here. It's just like, man, you have waited long enough. You're very fucking long enough, and you found someone you love. She loves you. Yeah, you should be together. Fuck it. So that's just makes me sort of like worked up and angry, and I just need to like have more calmness, some sort of like. And again, just my obvious, anger at my lawyer, because she just fucked me over, man. It's like, just out of the negligence, whatever you call it, and just like, that's what I feel like. In any case, everyone, sorry, I apologize again, because I'm gonna sound like a fucking broken record. And I don't want to go on and on about, like, you know repeating the same thing. I just let's stay positive, sir. Can you be a little more positive? What's yeah? Listen, yes, I'm trying to be, but the whole thing over the weekend and just my sciatica, injections, and this has also sort of like make me realize that what if you have to get the fucking surgery and your wife is not here, and then what, you know? And I don't want to sound like a, you know, child, but you know, she's not, she's my life partner, and I want her here, man. That's it. That's it. All right, all right. Look, we talked about that like 1,000 times already, sir. Okay, so is there anything going on in this fucking world? Um, I don't know. I mean, news, obviously, I'm pretty sure there are all kinds of fucking news. And, I listen to radio when I get up, when I'm working. I have that Alexa on here and also in my office. So I'll know what the news is going to be tomorrow, unless the fucking world is coming to an end tonight, which I don't think so. All right. Um, like I said, if anything, the other thing which I talked about many times, that the depopulation of this planet is going to hit us. It's already hit us so bad. Nobody wants to have kids, and me and my colleague, you know, the architect, he was talking about the same thing, that nobody wants to have kids because it's a commitment. I mean, he has a kid. Um, it is a commitment. Yes, I get it. I totally agree that it's a commitment. But well, then what the fuck? I mean, are we basically just going against our primal nature, reproducing? I don't know. The Industrial Revolution, I think, is sort of like to be blamed for this whole thing. Because now we are basically living our lives with different priorities. It was before Industrial Revolution, it was just family, and even like 50, 60 years ago, it was also family and just basic things. Now we have the fucking computers, now we have these fucking phones, and I don't know where this is going to go. Who the fuck knows? But this is going so fast. The technology is just evolving so fast that the Skynet may be become a reality. Who the fuck knows? Because then the technology is going to say, "Listen, I'm going to basically rise from the ashes of the human whatever, and I'm going to rise above." All your flawed human endeavors on this planet, and I'm going to make this planet a better place, so maybe we don't need humans. Plus, they're getting extinct anyways. They're not reproducing. I don't have a fucking idea what's going to happen. So we should listen to somebody like Elon Musk. I mean, he's reproducing. He has like, what, 15 kids now? Yeah, but that's not going to do anything. It's just one Elon Musk, and then gazillion population with no kids. What is it? I mean, is Elon Musk kids are going to be the last ones on this fucking planet? I have no idea. So I don't know. I don't have a kid. I mean, again, I can't do anything until my wife comes here. We're together. So and the horizons beyond our fucking solar system. Oh, this is what I was thinking today, that maybe, remember, 95% of the contents in this fucking universe is dark matter, dark energy, right? So the visible, like atoms and planets and stars and galaxies, those are only 5%, I think, maybe 6%. So what the fuck is the rest of it? I think the rest of it is what's actually the other realm, I think. Isn't that where we go when we die? I have no fucking idea. So what was it that I was thinking about the dark universe? Dark universe, basically, I mean, if you listen to somebody like Neil deGrasse Tyson, right, he talks about that. Dark universe is basically what holds the visible universe, the universe that we can see through our naked eye, through our telescopes and all that. Right? That's actually held up by these forces in the fucking dark universe, right, which are invisible. So the dark universe actually holds the visible universe. So what does that mean? What is it? We don't know what it is because it's not detectable with light, you know. But it may be that that's where that's where the other realm is, realm of existence, which is basically not 1,000 miles from here or a gazillion miles from here. Basically, it's right here, right? So that means that we are within the dark universe all the time. So everything, every physical thing that we have is within the dark universe, you know, dark matter. So there you go. That's it. So basically, it's right here. It's just that I can't see it. You can't see it. It's right here. It could be up here. It could be everywhere. So isn't that fascinating that we actually are in some sort of invisible, sort of like fucking space, you know, which is what, the fourth and fifth dimension? That's a possibility too, right? Probably, maybe, I don't know, but it may be that the dark universe, I mean not the dark universe, sir. The dark matter projects the visible matter, right? Dark matter projects the visible matter through whatever that phenomenon, whatever that you know, phenomenon is, where, like, for example, if you go into the heart of the atom and then the molecule and the nucleus, and what's in there? Nothing. I think that's where the dark matter is. Means you can't see anything. There's nothing there, but it just produces it, right? So there you go. That's it. That's the. I think that's my theory. All right. That this visible universe is just a projection of the invisible dark matter. All right. And the dark matter actually has brought this universe into existence. I think that's what I want to say. All right. It has made this universe into existence. There you go. That's it. I think with that note, I think I'm going to close my podcast, everyone. I'm kind of tired, to be honest with you. I was working and just listening to other podcasts, and as usual, you know. But I think just to close out the thought of, you know, my whole thing with me, you know, my own thoughts, and you know, just that, again, you know, I'm kind of like sick and tired of like doing this every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm also kind of sort of like tired of like going out Fridays and Saturdays, and it's like I feel like I'm just repeating myself, and which I need my wife here. That's why, because I think this lifestyle that I have, I'm kind of bored of this lifestyle, you know, and I was hoping that she'll be here sooner. So at least I have some sort of balance, you know, life balance. That's very important. So that's all. I think everybody should have that life balance. Unfortunately, many of us, we don't have that. All right, everyone. With that said, I hope you all are having a great week, and I'll see you all next week.